I'm obsessed with creating the best um content as Dyno, because how I see it, to me, how I've always seen it, I guess, is there's gonna be a lot of criticism, like a lot, like people are gonna look over at you, you know, whatever people do. And I suppose like I'm a person of realism. I always say I've got to be practical and realistic in every situation, even as a character, and I do my best in character to kind of convey some kind of aggressive and um substance style freestyle. Use it style. Well, it is a style, it is, it's substance and aggression. And I think being Dino for these last few, well, since 2018, I just wanted to go into something different. I wanted to give something a go. And if I could go back in time and change something about it, or would have done something different, would I have? I don't think so. I don't think there's a part of me, or like there's a moment in my career, working with individuals. I mean, I work with individuals, I went through PTSD, I went through abuse, I went through being mocked, I went through being judged. I wasn't the type of kid that would carry around scripture, or carry around religious beliefs. Like they weren't a thing on the internet. Like the people I was around, and it's all, I feel like people do it now on the internet, because even in the government, the people of the people of the system, the people that push out this propaganda, we know it's propaganda, but the people, let's refer to them as the agenda, right? They're called the government, right? That, where I am, the government of the UK. I always wondered, what does the UK mean? Now, some people have words for it, like the United Kingdom, that's where I live, and I'm like, but they can't be. The reason why the government can't be, they can't be the government of the United Kingdom, is because they're all serving useless cunts. And it dawned on me. Sorry, no. It hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I think I know what the UK means. Now, the way I just said the insult, that and its initial is a C, I'm gonna change it to a K, and it's and it works here, because when you go online and you know that we have an out of date system, like, I'm all for people progressing. I'm all for people moving forward. I'm all for people, leaving things in the past and ready to move on to something different. I think that I think this whole talk about COD, this whole talk about GTA, this whole talk about, oh, the internet, pick a certain thing that you don't like, and the government tries to use it as some talking point. And that's why we have a government of useless cunts. They don't govern the people. They never have in the last, let's say, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. They just haven't. And if you go back to, you go back to the 40s, um I guess you could say nearly 75. When this year is over, it'll be 76 years. It's something that people see come out in fruition. That the government are allowed to lie. And I don't want to go off on a tangent here, because there's a reason why I'm talking like this.